elected official doing our bidding for us.
Yes.
So in her place, she sent Stacy Causey, who fills in admirably when needed. So Stacy, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
I want to talk. I know it's last. It's one of the things way down the list.
Sure.
But I think it's something we need to talk about right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's very imperative Marion County residents listen that there's a serious heat advisory.
Yes, it really is. I heard you talking about it.
105 to 110 degrees is what the feel like is.
It is.
All day today. The entire county's under a heat advisory.
We are. And we're so thankful for the National Weather Service just keeping us up to date, and we are on their email list. It's that they're saying that it could be actually up until 113 today and tomorrow.
Right. When the National Weather Service is telling Floridians,
Yeah.
hey, be worried about the heat.
Right.
You know, people in Arizona, Nevada, and Florida, when they tell you be worried about the heat, be worried about the heat.
Right. It's important. And the thing is, I don't know if you do, but we all get older every year. And
yeah.
but we all still think that we can stand it. It's okay. But honestly, everyone needs to drink more water than they think they're drinking.
I did something Monday I haven't done in, I don't know how long. 11 holes in.
Woo.
I said, it's too hot.
Yes.
And I left the golf course. And I can't tell you the last time I left the golf course because it was too hot.
Right.
But I realized you got to go.
Yeah. No. When it's high 90s in the shade.
Right. And I had a 64-ounce bottle of ice water with me. I had the cooling rag with me. Everything, all kind of things to take care of being hot.
Well, that's good.
And still said, when I played one hole and then I went and sat in the shade for 10 minutes just to cool off, I go,
Right.
That's the last hole you need to play. And I left the golf course.
That's very smart. Very smart. Not all of us have those spot-in circumstances of intelligence, but I wanted to make sure that I tell the community so that we can watch out for our neighbors. There are certain groups that are a little bit more susceptible to the hotter temperatures than maybe athletes.
Right. Or fat guys who used to be
goodness.
athletes.
But I want to make sure that everybody looks out for their neighbors. Those young children and infants especially, make sure that you check the back seat of the car.
Yeah, always.
And then pets and babies. Let's check it. Make sure they're not left in there. The older adults, we have just a few of those. A few of our neighbors.
55, 60,000, not that many.
And especially those with pre-existing health conditions. Those underlying things get you every time, and that leads us to anybody and everybody with chronic medical conditions.
Right.
Take some extra steps. I just want to give a shout out to the moms I call warrior moms that are pregnant this summer. Please take care of yourself and that baby. I want to make sure that you guys stay hydrated, stay in cooler temperatures. Woo!
And don't eat a lot of hot, heavy foods.
No.
People think that doesn't matter. You eat a bunch of comfort food.
Oh, yeah.
It could cause a problem. It really could be a detriment in this heat.
It does. So look for things that we all try to eat more of. The lighter foods like fruits and vegetables, all kinds of salads whenever you can. Just
Salads.
yes, salads are your friend.
Hey, I got a better idea.
Oh boy.
Why don't we just all go to fast and get in the water?
That's another idea. I wanted to make sure that when you talked about the heat advisory as I was coming in, I wanted to make sure people had ideas of what to do.
Although, tragically, we won't be able to go to Kearney Island today.
Not today. It is still closed for the
But
investigation.
the rivers are open.
Yes.
KP Hole's open.
It is.
There's all kind of water options. That 80-degree water or 72-degree water feels fantastic in this heat.
So before we can jump here and there, but before we talk about fast, I want to make sure that everybody knows, there's more than 40 springs in Marion County.
Right.
You can find one.
72 degrees.
Yes.
It'll cool you off.
It sure will. The fast, it's right down around the corner.
It is. It's not very far from here at all.
They have all kinds of things going on there. They have their FloridaFast.com is their website. Go on there, find a schedule of an event competition to watch, or open swim.
You just go straight up here past the airport to 38, take a right.
Yeah.
Westport High School, take a left, and it's down on your left.
That's it, right there.
Hey, let's talk about PTSD awareness because PTSD is a very big deal for not only military, but first responders, police, sheriffs, but not only that, children of domestic abuse, parents that were the abusers, or were the abused, women, and people that, men can't be abused. Yes, they can.
Yes.
The PTSD touches almost everybody.
Yep, trauma is not picky. But we're doing an event this coming Monday, the 27th, to raise awareness of what we can do to bring resources and information to the residents. Anyone and everyone that can come out. I mean, if you can't, let me know. I'll get you some information. We've gotten some figures for like 3 million cases are diagnosed each year in the United States. And, that's not just a drop in the bucket, but your family, friends, neighbors, everyone is affected, like you said.
Yeah, it's only 1% of the population every year is affected by PTSD.
That's a big 1%.
Yeah, take that into account. 1% of the U.S. population is affected by PTSD every year. And when you say, 1% doesn't sound like much, that's 3 million people.
Yeah.
When you got 370 million people, that's 3 million or more that are affected with PTSD every year.
Every year. And of course, facts and figures have a thing about increasing.
I mean, if you're a child, say 6-year-old child, you were rescued by the skin of your teeth out of a fire in your home. Mm-hmm. That's a post-traumatic stress situation.
It does.
That 6-year-old wakes up with nightmares about that fire that they almost died in and everything.
Right.
People think PTSD is only for gunshot victims.
Right.
It's not.
It's not. It's even for the neighbors of those victims.
It is.
I mean, everyone is affected. So what we're trying to do this Monday, we're having an event out on the McPherson campus from 11:30 to 1:30 on the back in the Wellness Trail. We're going to be doing a walk/run because we're not gonna force anybody to run, but we're doing a 2.2 miles.
Or if it's me, walk/crawl.
Whatever you need to do. Let's raise some awareness. We're going to have vendors out there, food trucks, and like I said, resources right face to face. Let's get the conversation started.
It's not lost on me that it's done on June 27th, which is National Teal Out Day.
Yes.
Because teal is the color of PTSD awareness.
Yes, sir.
And it's not lost on me that teal is also the color of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who their fans suffer from PTSD.
Oh, goodness.
When you're as bad as the Jags.
You can't help but love them.
I'm from Jacksonville and
yeah.
have no love for them whatsoever. None. But teal is the chosen color for that day.
Yes, and we do have T-shirts that we're selling on behalf of Marion County Fire Rescue Benevolence Fund, Fire Rescue Support Fund, and the Amelia Riviera Foundation. All local charities and nonprofits trying to reach out to our community.
This morning I had an issue with my internet here at the studio.
I've heard that before.
I've had the So when I see this, a broadband feasibility study, I want to say thank God,
yes.
But what took so long?
It's okay. So we're here now, and it's great. It's awesome. We're going to make sure that everybody takes a part in it. The thing is, we need everybody to take a part of it. One of the things that I have down toward the bottom I want to bring up is, I can't even finish the survey because my internet's so bad.
100%, especially in rural areas.
Yes. And so we're asking, there is a part of the survey that you can take from maybe your local public library that you can enter your home address and say, these are my experiences at this address, even though I'm at the library.
You can also, I pulled it up when I saw this, you can do it on your phone.
Yes.
You can do it on your smartphone. And we got 5G around all of Ocala, so your smartphone will work.
Yes, but the more data that we have, that's just ammo that we need to bring it to the state, bring it to the federal government, and say, we need some money. We need to help our local community.
And it's really because while you may be in the city and have good internet service, depending on who your carrier is, I don't know. You get out in some of these rural areas, HughesNet is all the option you have, or something like that.
Right.
And the HughesNet, while it's a very good option, I had it for a very long time.
At least it is
in
an
the
option.
Putnam County part of Hawthorne that I lived in. I also know when it rains very hard, my internet connection went out.
Isn't that strange?
I also know when it got very hot and sun flares, my internet went out.
Oh, there we
because
are.
it was satellite internet. It wasn't wired internet. It was satellite internet. And when people have their phone and everything hooked to the internet now, like we do, that means you might not be able to get in touch with medical personnel and police and all when you need to. So it's a very important thing.
It really is. We do want to make sure that you can make those emergency calls anytime and anywhere. And also during COVID, when everybody had to work from home, this was heavy. And I think
huge deal.
That may have been a very big push that we needed. But now we're getting grants from here, there, and everywhere, and we are going to try to use those numbers.
I love the internet because the web address, because it's marionfl.org/broadband. That's it.
Short and sweet.
It is. And usually, sometimes they get this one's very sweet, very short. MarionCountyFL.org. No, MarionFL.org. Broadband.
Broadband.
It's that easy.
Yes.
And you can take the survey. And believe me, I didn't realize these countywide surveys, how important they were, till I worked on the litter task force.
That's right. Those numbers, they hold you to those numbers.
Those numbers helped us a lot.
Yes.
In how we formulated the plan that we presented to the commissioners.
That's right. And no one knows your story unless you tell it. And we need people to tell us they don't have good internet.
I was surprised at how many people responded to the litter task force survey.
Yes.
So if that many people responded to the litter task force survey, I expect much, much more response.
The challenge is out
for broadband.
That's right. And we're taking it, I believe, through mid-July. But get your answers now. Get counted in those numbers.
MarionFL.org/broadband.
That's right.
BROADBAND.
Yes.
We got that covered.
Thank you.
Hey, the Rotary's busy as always. And when people say, "Oh, what do you mean, Tom? Who cares? It's just Little League Baseball." No. It's Little League Baseball championships that put heads in beds and butts and seats in our restaurants and everything. It's not just a Little League tournament. The economic driver of the Rotary Complex and what they do out there really, really helps Marion County.
Right, and that revenue that we get from tourism, it helps us not spend from the general fund, aka property taxes.
And we're talking about the Cal Ripken Championships are going to be at Rotary.
Yes, so we're going to hold three different series. I believe they're series this year. We have to be chosen every year, and I think there's only been 1 year since I've been here in 10 years that we weren't chosen.
Well, the Rotary Complex is amazing. It's an amazing complex for softball and baseball.
Well, and it also speaks well of the community because that is part of the qualifications. So we've been chosen to hold the Little League tournaments again this year. We're going to have district championships this week, and then out of those winners, we're going to have state championships on the next 2 weeks. But that's more than 70 teams coming to our little town.
Just in the district and state championship. But then we ain't even talked about the end of July and early August when the Cal Ripken World Series will be held here.
That's right. And we have to be chosen separately for that.
Right.
So, they want to have it here in Marion County again. And we're
What
looking
is
forward.
the economic impact from something? Do you have numbers? I know you're a numbers person.
I am.
Are there numbers to what the economic impact is for these tournaments?
It's more than $1 million, $1 million with an M, every year.
Generated from just tournaments played at the
complex. From us being a good place. People wanting to come.
Rotary is an excellent facility, too. It really is an excellent facility. If you've ever played competitive baseball or softball, you understand how great a facility Rotary is.
Yes, Parks and Recreation maintain, and it's awesome.
Look, Mr. Couillard and his group do a great job.
They do.
I say that because he does a great job. I talked to somebody that's on the board of Park and Rec for the advisory board that says he can't say enough good things about not only Jim but Jim's staff and how well they run the parks.
I echo that.
And all the recreation. It's not just parks; it's all the recreation as well that encompasses.
Right, and those are two separate beings.
And it's so vast. People don't realize how vast Park and Rec's what they touch and what they oversee.
Yes.
So
that's
they do
true.
a great job.
Yes, sir.
$1 million. Wow, just from that complex. That's a bunch of money. Hey, so we talked about staying cool.
Yes.
Okay, I don't understand. What is this calendar thing?
We do it every year, and it is through a grant. Most of the funding for it is through a grant that we receive to promote water conservation and protection of our springs, rivers, streams.
The 20th annual. So this has been around a while.
Yes, and they're a favorite at expos. When we go to community meetings, they are disappearing from the table. So we're ready to do it again.
Making a splash is this year's theme. Tell me, when you say a stormwater photo contest.
Yes.
Tell me if I was going to enter. What are we talking? We're talking about me going out where the water runs through my ditches and take a picture of the water as it runs through during a rainstorm? What are we talking about?
Well, technically, if that's a beautiful picture, yes, it's making a splash in Marion County.
Right.
We would prefer maybe one of our parks, maybe one of the hidden gems that we have. We have so many beautiful, picturesque
So you don't want me to
locations.
go take a picture of the retention pond behind my house?
I'm not telling you not to. Because retention ponds are important.
Well, they do a good job maintaining it, by the way. The county county comes out about once every 3 months, does the weeding of it. They put some of the brush killer down to make sure it doesn't get overgrown. I'm surprised at how, and it's not a very big retention pond. It's probably 100 yards long by about 30 yards across, and probably 10 foot deep. So it's not a big retention pond when you think about retention ponds, but the county does a great job maintaining it.
That's awesome.
They're out there about every 3 months, making sure it's in good shape. They just replaced all the fencing around it.
Yes, that's important.
But to make sure that the kids, it was locked and could close properly and everything. So county does a good job for our retention pond.
I'll pass that along.
Appreciate it. I live out near 320, near 36th Avenue Road and 326 out in that area.
Yeah, I like that. That's a beautiful area out there.
Right near the Red Barn party area. That's where I live, right out there near there. So the retention ponds out there, the county does a good job.
Yes, and they they do qualify if you make a splash in them. But we're trying to bring awareness for and again, it deals with litter, but protecting our springs. We use the funds to do our toilet rebates.
I knew we had 40 springs.
Yes.
I had no idea we had almost 100 miles of river and 32,000 acres of lakes.
There's no excuse to not be able to make a splash.
No.
So yeah, we want to send those in. You can email them to us at stormwater@marionfl.org. Give me a call. We can take them. In person. You can mail them in to us. However you want to send it.
100 miles of river. That's almost 100 miles. I had no idea. That number just caught me.
See, raising awareness already.
We're doing it all the way through July 1st.
Yes.
5 p.m. July 1st.
Yes, so please get those photos in. We're going to make a calendar and show off Marion County's beautiful
And
waters.
this one's good, too. Stormwater at marionfl.org.
I try to keep it simple.
There you go. You can also mail some submissions in, too, though.
Yes. By
mailing to Stormwater at 412 Southeast 25th Avenue. That's here in Ocala, 34471.
Yep.
So you're opening it up for everybody to be able to get into.
Yes, please.
Marion Minute Podcast. What is the Marion Minute Podcast?
Well, I don't know if you know, but people like listening and getting information.
Luckily for me.
So we're bringing back the podcast. We've already recorded a few sessions. We'll have a brand new episode next Monday. We try to do it twice a month. But multiple interviews are in one podcast, so you'll find out about different topics through interviews and upcoming events and anything else that we can try to push out so that everybody knows what's going on.
Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, and Audible. They're on all of them. So.
That's right. And if you want to learn more,
go to marionfl.org/Marion Minute. You're really outdoing yourself now.
I'm trying.
Hey, okay, so give us a task force update. Go ahead. Tell me an update on the litter task force.
All right, so the task force itself had the final official meeting on June 13th. So that is when they all package the entire, almost a year now, of recommendations of how we're really going to not just address, but how we're going to
eliminate.
Get rid of this litter problem in Marion County. So you guys have been working
hard.
We're
getting rid of rubbish.
We're done.
And we're going to get rid of rubbish.
Rubbish, that is correct. So we're packing all that up. We're going to, I believe it's the second meeting in July. You guys are going to be presenting to the board, and we're going to know, you guys have so many facts and figures behind you.
Oh, yeah. And a lot. And it was, they took, like I was on the marketing part of this, and they took people that are in the know about marketing. People who are in advertising agencies, people that are in radio, people that do newspaper. That's what we do.
Right.
It's advertising, and we get the word out. So they tapped into our expertise there.
Exactly.
But then to write the ordinances and to give suggestions on how the ordinances should be toughened up, the state attorney himself for Marion Kipper out here was part of this, along with people from FWC, law enforcement from the Marion County Sheriff's Office,
That's
the
right.
Ocala Police Department, the Denellen Police Department.
That's right.
Then we liaison with a group from the school system to how we can get children involved with this. The people that were on this task force, the different diverse group that was on it was amazing to work with some of these people.
Yes.
And I'm proud of what we did. I'm proud of the stuff we accomplished. Beth McCall, who was our chairperson, gave great guidance. Commissioner Curry, who oversaw this,
That's right.
it was his pet, really was committed to this. And it's just about making our area where we live better.
That's right. And for us, we're not even trying this just for tourists.
What is it?
We want it for us.
4 million pounds of garbage a year?
Annually.
Yeah. 4 million pounds. People just
It's crazy.
throw out their cars.
Yeah.
Or their trucks, or
We're better than
unload in the forest.
That's right.
So we're much better than that, and I'm so glad I was chosen to be a part of that. And I think Marion is going to Marion's going to get rid of rubbish. It'll all be laid out for you later, but Marion's going to be a hero and get rid of rubbish. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. So, hey, let's talk about the last thing we need to talk about. It's something near and dear to my heart. I've talked about it all week this week.
Yes.
How the Humane Society, which is not part of Marion County's animal shelter, it's full. Vocal's full. The SPCA's full.
They are.
The Marion County Animal Shelter full.
Yes.
You just took in 35 dogs this week,
That's
50
right.
horses this week.
Well, when we take in 50 horses,
Right. But we need help. We need people.
we do.
to adopt.
And the shelter's supposed to be a temporary stay.
Yeah.
We do not want pets to live out their lives in a shelter environment. So anyone and everyone, take a look. If you need a new furry friend or just a companion, we have all shapes and sizes. We have all temperaments. We can match you up.
I'm looking for an iguana. I'll come by, see if they got one.
Every now and then we have some exotics.
Hey, you want to take a phone call real quick?
Sure.
All right. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks. Well, they hung up, so they're not on Ocala Talks anymore.
Okay.
We're trying.
I tried.
We're trying.
They can reach me too.
Yeah. So if people want to find out more information about what we talked about today or any other topics, where can they go to find out information?
Well, I'm going to give you one that 5 of us can see so that no one's missed. It's public relations at marionfl.org.
Public relations at marionfl.org.
Yes, sir.
Stacy Causey, she works for the county. She does their bidding just as I do. Whenever Michelle Stone calls, I say, yes, ma'am, whatever you need me to do. That way she keeps Kevin, her son, away from me, and I don't have to deal with him.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I know Kevin's listening. It's fine. Stacy, thanks for being here this morning, and we'll talk to either you or Commissioner Bryant in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here. We'll take a break. Back with the good folks from Blockers Furniture after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.